Oh, hello, visuals. Welcome back to the Visual Guy Podcast. I'm being nice and chilled here because I am very relaxed.
Yeah.
Chris has got his little hoodie up.
I do. I'm wearing my comforts.
What do you call them? In my comforts.
My comforts.
I'm wearing my comforts. I don't know. See, I'd call these PJs because I actually do have PJs on underneath.
My PJs are at home.
You
I've
get
got comforts and PJs now. I've been told
Comforts.
not to sit in my PJs all day. I said, well, I'll
Why?
I don't know.
That's what they're for.
I know.
What?
I know.
So somebody said that and you've changed. Fuck that.
A couple of people have come to me. What are you still in your PJs for? That's because I got a day off. I'm doing now. At least
Yeah, if you've got a day off and you've got not planned, you are allowed to be in your PJs
so
all day.
Fuck it, I'll compromise. I'll get some comfies. Shouldn't
Shouldn't have to compromise, mate. It's your fucking life.
I know.
Fuck, if somebody said that to me, I'd say, go fuck yourself.
What some comfies?
If I say at work that I wear PJs, that's the fucking gayest thing I've ever heard. I use your PJs and it's fucking gay.
Talking about PJs, like I was in Edinburgh yesterday. The amount of people I see walking around in their pyjamas.
I'm sometimes one of them.
Just walking around the fucking street in their pyjamas. I'm
Never
like,
the street.
should you not be at school or something? Why are you walking around in your pyjamas?
It's not half term.
And then I did click on it. It's
Oh, it is it? Right. So there's always been walking around Edinburgh in a PJ. It's funny when you see it in Asda. I've done it at the cinema, to be fair, though, mate. Like,
Harrowby was bad for it.
people would go, I'm going to sparring.
Yeah, he just fucking walking up the road in a fucking PJs. And a fucking dressing gown. My nana used to do it, bless her. Even though she was only going to people's houses up and down the road, she was like, I won't belong. She was gone an hour later.
I mean, to be fair, in some respects, there's not really wrong with it. Like, if you're in your PJs, you think, shit, I quickly need to get some milk, run out of milk, and you quickly just flat out get some milk and come back. There's not really wrong with it. I mean,
I suppose not, no.
I see what you mean in case you're like, oh, should we go for a dress up town, and you just sat there in your dressing gown. But then again, should we think it's weird because
I don't know.
if people want to wear the
I
dressing
think more
gown?
people would be concerned if you weren't stressed.
Yeah, 100%. Mate.
So I suppose we're kind of like contradicting the wrong thing here.
Well, I recently did a story, right?
Oh, God.
All right, see in the story, there's this woman, right, who was in a car crash, and the police turned up. The kids are in the back of the car crash, and she's naked eating ice cream. But she got out the car after the crash to get naked and go buy the ice cream. Came back, sat down and ate the ice cream.
She have a concussion or something?
I've no idea, mate. Weird as fuck. Do you know what else is weird?
Well, you.
This has just popped into my head now.
But okay.
That I am extremely wired, especially yesterday working away, and then there's Jim Bob who hates anything like you. He doesn't like anything like that.
I have a story with that.
So I just, you have to tell me in a sec. So I assist to him. I went, oh my god, I've just drank someone's diarrhea, and I quickly got my fridgy milkshake, put it in my mouth, ran up to him, and just went, blah! And he was going, ah, ah. He always goes, no, Dad, stop, no. He always screams no for his life. It was everywhere. It was all on my beard and that. I was like, and he's like, it's fucking. I love it. You just do anything like that.
Nah.
It's fucking class.
Nah. I came downstairs yesterday morning. The fucking 4:30, half deed. Well, not even 4:30. 3:30, even half deed. Fucking.
Stood an Aussie spew.
Yeah. So
Oh.
I was clearing it up. I was like, bleh, bleh, bleh. I fucking spewed all over him.
You spewed on him?
I did.
Oh no!
I was like, oh, sorry. So I had
No.
to fucking clean him. I was late for work.
The best thing about that though, Aussie probably wouldn't have realised.
I was late for work, so I had to clean him up, clean the floor up, sort myself out. I was like, bleh, clean this up.
What was he spewing sick from?
I think it's the grass he eats.
Poor bastard. Is it when they eat grass, it's they're lacking in something, isn't it?
Well, I don't know, because apparently Labradors, it's a common thing.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. It was a common thing with their breed.
But,
Somebody just told me, if your dog eats grass, they're lacking in. You know how, like, if we do something, like bite our nails or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
well, you do, I don't.
Yeah, that's because I'm a
I
Newcastle United fan, mate. I'll be bleeding against
I
you.
hate biting nails.
Then see the video though. I was there for Trippier's free kick. Like, B, you have to get some video because, like, obviously it's the first time I've been since the takeover, and all the flags and that goes like, B, you have to record this. I need to take this in. I'm stood there like that.
Talking about the takeover, I didn't realise that fucking dickhead who did own it. What was it called?
Mike Ashley.
Yeah, He owns fucking studio, and they've got to made it into administration
He
now.
owns fucking loads of shots. He's got something to do with game. Some Debenhams, House of Fraser.
They're in administration now. Studio.
It's just fucking probably just Studio's a catalogue.
It's a bit like Littlewoods.
Yeah. And he's got his fucking fingers and loads of little pies. The fat cunt. It's a pure. I love it. There's a video of a lad, right, walking down the street, Newcastle fan, but he can't tell he's a Newcastle fan. He's Mike Ashley at like a restaurant or whatever, and he goes, "Oh, Mike Ashley." Mike Ashley, "Oh, yeah, mate." He's like, "Oh, yeah, Mike Ashley, what do you want? Do you want a picture shoot?" And he went, No, I just want to let you know you've ruined our fucking club, you fat prick." And it's just the way he probably things like that, and Mike Ashley, "Right, no, that's it. I'm not." Yeah, it was fucking amazing. I was like, "B, we got a free kick here. Get the fucking camera out." And it was just there, and it went, "Ah!" It's fucking good. B sat there though. She bought 2 home shirts. I was like, "Why? Why don't you buy home and away?" And she's bought. She wants the Brazilian boys. She likes the Brazilian boys because she's got a player called Joe Linton. She loves him. She's like, "Oh, there he is. Oh, there." I'm sat there watching the play, and I'm like, "Yeah. Oh, there he is. They get looking and running." I'm like, "I know." And then St. Maximus running the warm up, and he runs like that. She's like, "Why is he running like a little dinosaur?" I'm like, "You can tell you're not proper football." Talking about how they run, and there he is. I can see him. But speaking of football, mate, there's a fun new conspiracy for you.
So Liverpool just won the other day, didn't they?
Against Burnley.
It was some team.
Inter Milan.
I don't know who it was.
They beat Burnley the other day in the league.
2-0 or something.
They beat Inter Milan, mate. I wouldn't say just. They fucking dominated that game.
The first half was shit though.
No, yeah, it was 0-0, but it was all Liverpool. And then Klopp worked his magic. Because I said to my mate was like, "Oh, Liverpool love an away draw in the Champions League." I was like, "They don't, pal. They'll win this." He was like, "Nah." I was like, honestly, I said it'd be 2-0, 2-1, boom, 2-0 Liverpool. Fuck it. Oh, they mint Liverpool.
Well, so what's your conspiracy?
We had the Super Bowl, which I'm thankful for the Super Bowl, by the way, because the Super Bowl, I'm sure we'll talk about in the entertainment news. So, but anyway, the Super Bowl's beautiful because of its halftime shenanigans. Did you watch the halftime show?
No.
Well, the halftime show was actually, because I usually watch Super Bowl purely because of the advert to the halftime show.
I know it's been like pretty much like fucking blown up.
Well, it was Eminem and everybody and shit like that. Well, it was really cool. It was awesome. But that's it. As soon as we saw Eminem and 50 Cent, the conspiracy started blowing right up.
No, twins.
No, apparently, well, Eminem apparently isn't Eminem. Do you know why? Because his eyebrows are too thick.
His eyebrows are too thick.
Eminem's got thick eyebrows, therefore it cannot be Eminem. And I was like, okay.
Is this your guy from work?
Him and literally people online as well, though.
God.
So everyone's saying that's definitely not Eminem because his eyebrows are too thick. I'm thinking, Jesus fucking Christ. Imagine if he come out and he dyed his hair a different colour. Imagine if he come out and he had an eyebrow piercing. Well, it can't be him. He didn't have that. It makes no sense. And 50 Cent is not 50 Cent because he's put on a bit of beef.
Well, a lot of people have.
Yes, mate.
That's been locked out.
Yes, right? Why can't that be a reasonable explanation? Why is that? No, can't be him. Nah, he's got fatter, that's a conspiracy. So people are already saying now that they're dead and they're clones, or last night, the Super Bowl, all of the Super Dog and that were all holograms. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my fucking God. And the worst one is, there was somebody, because Eminem, there was this big block of houses, that's what the stage was. And when Eminem come out, these people ran round, and it's like, they're all like at a gig. And one of the people did admittedly look a little bit like Tupac. But that's everybody saying that's Tupac coming back, because there was a lad there that looked a little bit like Tupac. So, I couldn't believe it. I thought, this is a great Super Bowl show. As soon as it finished, I go online, I just see this, and I'm like, oh my God. What the fuck? So yeah, the Super Bowl's full of...
You gotta love conspiracy people.
But I don't understand how... the ones that are a little bit plausible, I completely understand.
Yeah.
I may not believe you, but I understand how you've got from 1 to 2, or A to B.
Yes.
But not because Eminem has got thicker eyebrows and 50 Cent's fatter.
No.
It's fucking stupid, mate.
Yes. Just a little bit.
Yeah. So that was my conversation with some certain people at work. And again, there is... What did we bring up this time? Donald Trump's social media is starting soon, right? And that's when everything's going to go into martial law, and all the politicians are going to get killed off, and all of our money is underneath the Vatican because Donald Trump's locked it down. And very soon, everybody that's paid tax, you're going to get every single penny back because it's hidden under the Vatican.
Donald Trump does not have access to the Vatican, so that's a no-go. We will not get our money back in tax. If anything, we're going to lose more money in tax because everything's going up.
I said to him, I said, tell you what then, mate. Tell you what, if I don't in a certain amount of time get all my tax back, you owe me it. That's how much I'm willing to bet because it's a bunch of shit. And he's like, well, you won't get it. Why not? Because you don't believe. And I was like, oh my God. So why do you think Donald Trump has gone up to the Vatican? Because obviously the Vatican's its own country, it's had it in Italy, and locked it down. And why is our tax money gone underneath the Vatican? And he's like, just do your research. I was like, no, you tell me now.
Yeah.
And then he told me this new one called Nibiru, right? He was like, Nibiru. And I'm thinking, I know that name, Nibiru. And he's like, yeah, honestly, look it up, do some research. And I was like, I know that name. And I Googled it and I went, I fucking knew I knew that name. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. And he's like, no, that's not what it is. I was like, honestly, I'll show the pictures. And he went, nah, it's a fucking big demon god that's behind the sun that's ready to kick us all out of Earth or some shit. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, mate. Like, honestly, where do you get this shit?
Some big demon god hiding behind.
Yeah, you could. It's like a
ready to kick us out of the Earth.
It's fucking stupid, but yeah. So
how are we gonna get kicked out of the Earth?
I don't know, mate. It's a bunch of absolute bullshit.
Yes, it is. But I'm just intrigued on how we're gonna get kicked out of the Earth.
Well, whenever I ask for an explanation, it's do your research. Like, research what?
How do I get kicked out of Earth?
Yeah, and then if I always say to him, well, why is this bullshit that you read? In fact, I'm going to send you a brilliant, awesome documentary on what the fuck is it again?
Oh, I'm getting sent. Are you getting sent stuff for you?
Quantum physics.
Quantum physics.
It's a quantum physics video basically for fucking dummies. Because obviously, if you went into extreme quantum physics, me and you would be sat there going, "What the fuck?" But the guy explains it. He says basically, "I'm going to explain it so everybody understands." And the shit he explains when you, because science is mad as it is anyway.
Yes.
Science is mental.
Yes.
But what he lays out and he explains how certain stuff works that I can guarantee me and you, well, I never heard of and you wouldn't have heard of. You're like, oh my God, how does that fucking work? But he explains it all, and it's honest. It's about 2 hours long. It's on YouTube. I'll send you the link. It's fucking outstanding.
I'm intrigued.
That was me the other night. I can't remember the night I watched that now.
Quantum physics.
Last night? Saturday night? Just today Saturday.
Today's Saturday.
I'm lost where I am. Night shift all blows into one because I try to get as least sleep as possible. So I'm up all night doing shit.
Quantum physics.
So yeah, I'll send you that. What else is happening? Britney Spears is mental, isn't she?
She is. Wagons have been blown over.
Did you see that video of the wagon? I don't know if you would have. I imagine you follow some weird interbred wagon group. That there's a wagon going over. You know how like our mini Network 4 vans, but it was a bigger one of them and it had the curtain sides. I don't know if it's got a certain name. Like the wagons that come at Network 4 with the trunk, it had the curtain sides. He's going down there and it must be empty.
It's an Arctic.
Is it just an Arctic?
An Arctic.
Right.
Yes.
So it's going down the wherever, and a massive bit of wind hits him. And I swear to God, you know how a Formula 1, a super bike nearly they touch the knee. It does that, and he brings it back, and you're like, Jesus Christ, because you can see that it goes down. You can see him in his cab, sort of try to do something, and it comes back up, and I'm like, I don't understand how physically, by physics law, how you've done that. It's weird as fuck.
It is down to driver skill. But
surely
it is also just down to pure luck.
At a certain point when the wheels no longer, like, you know, the traction or whatever, it's not a certain point. Surely that's it, you've lost it.
Again, it's physics.
It's mental, mate. It's fucking mental, I can tell you that now.
You always drive into the wind. So if you're going over on the right hand side, fucking counter lock.
Go into the
thinking. You just that's it. That's basically what it is. Just sheer luck and physics. Yeah. And if you've got them behind you, then you.
Lady luck on my side.
Yeah.
I always like them videos. I always want to be in a wagon when they what's it called, jackknife.
Why?
I just think it looks cool as fuck. Especially when you see. Did I watch it Nice Road Truckers? When you'd see that they're about to do it, but yet they bring it back. And it kind of looks like they're doing like a weird just front shift, like a drift. It's meant to like, oh no, and they're like, oh, back again. And you're like, what the fuck has happened here? There's crazy fucking bastards out there.
Aye. Mad. It's mad.
My new favourite thing to do now is watch crackheads with bow and arrows. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a guy with a bow and arrow. There's literally loads of videos. I spent like a good half an hour the other night watching it. Just
crackheads with bow and arrows.
Yeah. And he sat there with his bow and he doesn't know what to do. He's got it upside down, he's got it sideways, he's got the arrow backwards and that. And what the fuck? And he goes, I'm going to get shot down, so I'll go here. And you can't understand him. He goes, and he just goes, and he shoots himself in the foot, and he's going, do I pull it out? Do I pull it out? I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? Absolutely outstanding. Crackheads with bow and arrows is like my favourite thing ever. If I'm ever a crackhead, I'm gonna make sure I have a bow and arrow. Fucking too right, mate. Sick as fuck. Oh, I'm gonna bring it up. No, I won't actually. I'll wait. Because there's entertainment shenanigans, but I'll wait. But it just hit me in the head, and I was like, oh, so good. But yeah, no, so nothing else new crack-a-lacking with you.
It's the same old shit. I go to work, load my van for 5 minutes. Well, maybe 15, 20 minutes. I jump in the van, and then I spend all day by myself. That's it. And then I pack the van up and go home.
Of a lonely ranger.
Yeah.
I'm here, just me and my vehicle.
So 1 more week to go, and then I'll be in an office, keeping warm, my feet under the table with a cup of tea. Excuse me, sir. Can I have this pot?
So obviously we spoke about it briefly, about the whole fact that it looks like potentially everybody might be kicking off with each other about stuff that I don't understand.
Everyone's kicking off with each other.
Well, with the Russians and the Ukrainians and shit.
I don't know. It's something to do about they used to own part of something. The Russians used to own something, and the Ukrainians took it over, and Putin wants it back or something.
The fundamentals I understand, because it's all about Ukraine when they left the USSR. There's part of Ukraine that still speaks Russian. The Russian shit is theirs, but it's not. It's Ukraine's, and it's theirs from when they left the USSR. Then Ukraine don't want Russia don't want Ukraine to join NATO because they see NATO as a threat, direct threat to Russia. But the Americans are saying if they want to join NATO, they can, but they can't physically join NATO. And I don't know. It's all a bit of a fuck up honorary. I don't understand. I'm calling it shenanigans. There's going to be this conspiracy. I've already told you the paedophile tunnels. I don't need to get into that again. There's going to be some conspiracy people saying, "Oh, they've done this on purpose so they can get to a certain point, or they can have a certain agreement met, or there'll be something." Because to be completely honest with you, the Russians are absolute they're not as powerful as they want the world to think they are. They've got sheer numbers, which is fair enough, but their economy is not great.
No. What they're known for is getting drunk on vodka.
It's how they single-handedly managed to stay bang on through World War II, though, is because of sheer numbers. Like, if they kicked off and the right countries, like Americans, have decided to, then their economy will be absolutely obliterated. It'll be the Russian people that set them for it. Do you know what else I do not understand? Well, see when these politicians kick off, like I don't know, say Boris is kicking off with Joe Biden. Sorry, Joe Biden's dead, Joe Biden. When they're kicking off about shit that I don't give a fuck about. So it's like the regular people that live in the country don't care what these two are arguing about, but because these two are in charge, are like, oh, these lot are with us, so if I'm kicking off with you, all these will come in. And we're like, why have we been dragging into this? I really don't care.
No.
It's mental.
Like I said to my sister, if fucking... I wouldn't be good. Because obviously we're in debt with the Americans.
Everybody's in debt with it. America's still massively crippled by thingy.
So if they say fucking jump, we say how high. So
no, that's because we have the treaty. We've got not only NATO but thingy. If there's certain countries that go to war, contractually obliged, Britain have to follow. Mm. It's like ahead to Poland. That's when they got invaded. The second any of troops step foot in their land, we have to go to war.
It's something stupid. But my sister said, "Would you go to war?" You'd have to be like, "Nah, that's got nothing to fucking do with me."
It would be pointless anyway. Because yeah, it's mental. Because obviously you want to defend people. You want to make sure everyone's all right and whatnot. But like Putin's kicking off about this shit, which I bet you a lot of the Russian people have said, "Why are you bothered?" Like Ukraine's had. Been out the USSR for ages. They've had that for what? Why are you asked?
I don't fucking know.
It makes absolutely.
It doesn't. Nothing. It doesn't. What does make sense nowadays, though?
I know. It just is fucking. Do you know what? I forgot to see the story again. This is fucking nuts, mate.
What's your story?
Right, there's this guy who had a missus and she was cheating on him, right? Yeah. So he's still with her, and she was and still is cheating on him, right?
Okay.
They got married. And he asked her lover to be part of the wedding photos. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you letting her cheat? Blah, blah, blah. And he says it's not her fault. She identifies as a cheater. And I thought, oh my God, how far are we going to take this? And how much of a mug are you for believing that? Because, like, can I, if people are doing this shit, can I go outside and just go to Smith's and rob every box of Lego and say, I identify as a Lego thief?
I identify as a thief. I identify as a fucking whatever.
It's stupid to say, oh no, she identifies as a cheater. It doesn't make any sense. It's
we've all turned into little fucking tarts. We have.
Imagine that though. You'd be like, oh, no, hang on a sec. You're cheating on me. You want it to be? No, it's fucking done.
Exactly.
Oh no, it's okay. I trust you still. You identify as a cheater. That gives her free reign to do whatever she wants, whenever she wants.
Yeah.
And then what if she cheated on the guy that she's cheating on with? So she goes for a third guy. Does the second guy go, no, you're cheating on me even though you're married, but you cheat me with a fourth party? And does he go, oh, you identify as a cheater? She's just basically a slag.
Yes.
But I couldn't get my head around it. I was like, what are you even on about?
The world's fucking warped. It is.
I understand, because some of it, we joke and we kid because we've got a weird sense of humour and that. But there's so many people out there with genuine identity crisis, right? Sometimes you need to listen. But not with that bullshit.
It's just all bullshit, to be fair.
Well, I know some of it I can understand if somebody truly, because obviously me and you have never been there probably is jags of girls and jags of boys out there that feel like the opposite sex and I need a sex change.
Fair enough.
I completely sympathise with that. We joke about it, whatever, who cares, it's jokes. But in this case, this is damning them people because you can't just go around identifying as anything and anything you want.
I didn't mean it on that side of things. This was when they come out as fucking...
They're werewolf people. And that. Was that video of the guy, and all things apart from physical, I am a wolf, and he just goes, oh! And you're like, oh my God, mate, you are not a wolf.
It's fucking... It's turned into stupid, because... I was watching this the other day where... I can't remember her name, but she just fucking piss take news. And a woman amputee, she thought she was an amputee. She always thought she was born without an arm.
Right.
So she decided to cut her arm off because it
hang on,
felt weird.
She identified as somebody that was born without an arm. Yeah. But she physically did have an arm.
Yes, she had two arms, she had 2 legs, and everything else. No. And because she's identified, I felt her body was an amputee. She got rid of one of her arm.
Who legally did that for her, or did she do it?
She did it herself.
Oh no, that's mental issues.
But it's this story was a guy identifies as a baby, so he goes round in baby clothes, but also a girl. So he goes to the girls' toilets, and he's a full-blown guy dressed up in baby clothes, going to a girls' toilet.
That's pedo shit.
But he identifies as a baby, so you can't do anything about it because there's a line. Because you've identified yourself as something, you can't do anything about it. It's turning fucking stupid. Next you'll be going around saying, no, I've identified myself as a paedophile. So technically, you know what I am. So technically, I can get away with it.
Because
it's getting fucking stupid. And I blame Karens. Sorry, Karen, but I blame these Karens. I really do. Get out of my space. Identify this. Identify that. It's just all going fucking stupid.
Yeah, Karens are awful because they won't listen to the whole side of the argument. They see it from their point of view. And the ones that always think they're in danger when they're not. Yeah. I watched a video of a guy, he's just messing around. He's on the street and all he's doing is handing fivers to people. He's like, here's a fiver, here's a fiver. And this woman walks down, he's like, free money? And she's blanking. He's like, no, this is free money. And she just goes, right in his face and runs off. And you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's just gone fucking bananas, man. Everywhere is gone stupid. You can't do anything, say anything without getting fucking apparently on the wrong side of them. Or if you say something wrong or do something wrong, or you get arrested for saying fucking a certain word that 5 years fucking ago it was alright to say. It's gone fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's scarily dangerous to.
And now this fucking new law in. I know you're not a driver, you might not care about this one, but if you were crossing the road, if you were crossing the motorway, I specifically have to stop and let you cross. Because now pedestrians have right of way to cross the
on
road.
the motorway.
To cross the road.
No, that's why we had points like zebra crossings and shit. That's why
You can cross anywhere now, and we have to stop.
So if you suddenly stop because some dickhead's on the motorway, you can cause a fucking pile-up.
Or if I'm turning a corner and you walk in front of me, I technically have to slam on my brakes, cause fucking crashes behind me because I've got to let you have right of way.
Would you get done for randomly stopping then?
Probably, because I caused the crash.
Do you know what? A lot of people, they don't like to hear it. It's the fact that we're too scared to talk blunt to everybody now.
It's fucking stupid.
We're too scared to say, no, that's fucking stupid.
I can understand, yes, there's certain things that need stopped. Racial needs stopped. Fucking mental and all that stuff needs stopped. But it's just when they've started getting out of hand.
Yeah, that to me does what you've just explained. That's fucking pathetic.
It is. We've gone fucking stupid. We've gone from a world where we had rights, rules, wrongs, and all that shit, to a world where like, oh, I'll give it that, I'll give it that, I'll give it that, I'll give it that. And it's like, what the fuck?
This is a good point, right? This is weird how the two are kind of connected. Now, Karen, what's your point?
I think us are in we're the last fucking normal beings in this world, our generation.
Yeah.
Because anything after us now, it's like, oh, let's put a pamper on it.
Yeah.
Oh, ours, let's
Boo boo,
yeah.
ow ow.
Yeah.
Help me.
The generation from ours onwards it's all gone downhill.
Well, imagine it in like 500 years where people
downhill.
like our parents and whatnot, who've probably had it the most, we've had to fight and claw for everything and try and get a job and, wade through all the shit.
Yeah.
Whereas now, like in 100 years' time, maybe people say, I really don't feel safe to work today. Well, here's money.
Yeah.
And then if they ever get to a situation where they need to survive on their own or at least self-sustain some way, they're going to not have a clue what to do.
It's our grandparents have fought for our country to give us the fucking things we've earned. And
don't get us wrong, I understand that we want an easy life. We don't want life to be hard.
No.
But there's certain moments where, unfortunately, you kind of just got to grit your teeth and get on with the shit.
You do.
And you've got to take a bit of slack and a bit of criticism and a bit of whatever. It's like now you can succeed always because it's at some point it's going to be illegal to criticise.
It's the word no. You're not allowed to say no anymore.
That's what we said about Mason Greenwood, the Manchester United lads.
You're not allowed to say no anymore.
Yeah, it kind of connects to this. There was a debate on Talksport the other day about captains for football teams being sort of less thingy. And I was thinking to myself, I get what you mean. Harry Maguire, Man United captain, he's a bit annoying. He doesn't seem like he's really got it. But the captains that come before them, like the Roy Keanes and that, because they come from a different stock and a different generation, it's as if they were hardened a lot more. So when they go to the football pitch, they're a lot more hardened. But the captains that we're getting through now in football, they're coming from a younger generation. Well, not all of them, but some of them. And they're a lot more soft and diligent. And I'm like, that might be to do with, because they're used to more of a safe, happy, easy environment. Yeah. Which I'm glad people have happy environments, but
it's not just football though. It's just an everyday life.
No, I'm taking football because I'm like, it's leaking into everything.
If I did something wrong when I was a kid, I got slapped for it. It was that type of fucking generation. And now it's like, oh, don't do that. Please don't do that. I'm like, fucking give him a slap.
Yeah, I shouldn't really criticise because I haven't got kids, but there's a.
Well, no, but if my nephew does something, I will slap him.
No, I'm about to say, so I shouldn't critique parenting. There's somebody I know that's got a boy. I think the boy's about 5 or something, and they walk around calling him darling, and I'm going, no. They're like, come here. Were you there with me when I was in town with Ty, and he fell over, you were buses in the open, and I just left. I carried walking. Fuck you! I've done it a million times. You can sit there and cry. You can carry on. But this lad, I was with him and his boy, and he's walking along, and his boy's on the little wall outside the cathedral, and he's jumping on and off, and he's like, "Don't, darling, you might hurt yourself." And he did. He fell and he slipped, and he looked at his dad, and I thought, just look away and carry on walking, because you keep looking at him, he's gonna go. Just carry on walking, and he just looked at him and come me, and he's stroking his head, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's.
I understand if he fell and he snapped his fucking leg in half. I completely get it. The boy fell and maybe bruised his bum.
It was a bit of tit, doing something he shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets all the comfort. I didn't mean to do it in a nasty way, like, but...
Well, that's what I mean. The only way I'm a bit little wrong there. It's not up to me how somebody should... If it's the way they see it, then fair, it's them, but... For me, I can tell you now, if I've got a kiddie and he's 5, he's running downstairs to go get and he slips and he fucking falls on his ass, I'm gonna laugh and call him a twat.
Oh, thanks. I'm the same with mine. I'll get up, walk it off, he'll be fine.
So I mean, dogs are just absolute units. He's 9, 8 months or whatever. Ozzy would be the same. If he'll, I don't know, say if he ran out there and he slid over and he banged his head, it would just be, oh, no, carry on. It's like they're not as smart as us, but they're made of fucking hardy as shit.
Oh.
Look at the state of that though. Look at him. He's like, I told you now I was watching Lord of the Rings, and every time an orc popped up now, because you know they make the same sort of noise. He was like, and he's scared of my Godzilla in there. I moved it to make room for my big bat wing, and he didn't notice it right in the front room. And then he backed off. So now I've been placing it around certain parts of the house. He'll come downstairs and go, and I'm like, yes, you know, fuck, that's the king of your animals, mate. You don't fuck with him. But yeah. All fucked up and fun.
It is. The world is fucked up.
Straight after the game, I'm going to go do it off topic here because we can talk about this. Straight after the Newcastle game the other day, I went to the Asian restaurant. B bought this self-cooking red thing with a vegetable in it I've never heard of. It smelled fucking vile and she said it was vile. It's a bowl. That's a bowl. What the fuck is that?
What is your dog?
That's a bowl.
Don't think of that other bowl.
I don't get it.
I don't know. Have you finished?
No, yeah, it's horrible. I can't remember what it was. Even I thought Chris wouldn't even touch that. It was fucking... It had like, what looked like wet backy floating in it. I thought, what the fuck is this? She buys all that stuff. She bought this thing tea, right? And it had about 1 million different fucking steps to make tea. I was like, B, all you want is a cup of tea. I mean, she said the tea was lovely. She bought some chocolate cake Oreos because she likes all the weird Kit Kats because in Japan and that, they have like black Pringles and everything. And I'm just like...
I want to try the Mint Aero Kit Kats.
Mint Aero? Do they not do that in Asda? Or is that only a Japanese one?
I don't know.
Mint Aero.
Mint Aero Kit Kat.
It definitely sounds Japanese.
No, but it's you got like your proper Aero, your Mint Aero bubbles.
Yeah.
And the other half is Kit Kat.
Oh, right, okay. And that might be a Japanese because, like I said, the combination, like strawberry and that. But there you go. But I think that's enough weird and wonderful because I want to get to the September news because there's a lot I need to discuss with you.
There's a lot I've got.
Well, sorry, because don't worry. I know you've seen my notes. We've got plenty of time. Game kicks off at 12:30. We'll discuss the order of how we do shit in a sec. But anyway, visuals. World shot to shit. You basically all might as well go end it now. We'll all end it together. We'll
might as well.
We'll go to Stonehenge. We'll hold hands and we'll take some poison pills.
We fucking might as well because, like, say that's it now. It's all downhill from here. The world's gone too soft.
Yeah,
it is. You'll be going to war, but you won't be allowed to physically touch them or say anything abusive or anything.
I still believe that as well. I still actually, right? The next World War, are you okay? Well, I don't identify with being shot.
Stab you, okay, but I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I don't identify.
It's just what I have to do.
Yeah, I don't identify with being attacked. Okay, I'll go to the next soldier.
What's he looking up at the wall for? That looks like issues.
Oh, the dog definitely has issues. It doesn't help because you see how he interacts with you when you biggest thumb up. When you come in, he's like all over you. Every time I enter the house, I interact with him. I'm on all fours and we wrestle until somebody's pinned. So I don't think I think I'm training him in a way that's how you interact with people.
That's how you interact with people.
Because I kind of, as soon as I come in, especially if he hasn't heard me, I'm in, bag off, down. You might see the rest of them. Can you kind of see my thingy? It was all black and purple. I get down. Sometimes I'll just go into my shorts and my boxers, so I'm agile like him because he's a lot more quicker than me. So I'll just wait and we'll just wrestle. Because like we both meet in the middle. He does like a jump up, I do a jump up, and that's it. I chew on his cheek, he chews on my head, and then B will come down like if I'm finishing night shift and there's like 10:30, 11. I'm laying on the floor, both covered and stuff. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Be up in a minute." That's it. I'll get him off this. I'll go to pin him, but he'll wriggle out, and I'm like, "Nah." It's been.
So it's your fault that he's off his head.
It more than likely is. But I've always done that with my dogs because like dogs, you know, like when you see like lion better things, they all just wrestle. They're all constant. So I like doing that with him because it naturally it reveals with his brothers and sisters in the litter, and they were all wrestling and chewing on each other and like thinking. I like keeping that raw animalistic instinct to play in them. I like that.
Nice. I can't chew ours because I just get hair.
I get a little white like through everything. The worst thing is when B's done his flea treatment because you do it like once every 3 months. She never tells me, so I chew on him and I get my lips all numb. I go, oh, and I'm like that, and it's just slobber coming. Oh, it's numb. She's like, well, stop chewing the dog. I can't help it. It wants to fight.
Just by cracking your girlfriend's telling the grown ass man stop chewing the dog.
No, mate. She's absolutely in a life. She's in a life of regret with me. But visuals, thank you for listening. That was a nice way to end it. I'd make of that what you fucking will. Eminem's not real because he's got thick eyebrows.
Yeah, what next?
Visuals, keep on.
Love you, bye.